Hi class, welcome again to another session on rehabilitation engineering. I'm very pleased to say that today we are going to start our fifth unit. So our fifth unit is orthotic and prosthetic devices and restoration technique. So by now I'm sure all of you will be familiar between the difference between orthosis and prosthesis. So let us discuss these devices in detail now. So an orthosis can be defined as a device that augments the function of an organ. So when I say augments, it means supports the function of an organ and improves its efficiency, right? Orthosis can also be defined as a mechanical device fitted into the body to maintain it in an anatomical and functional position. So suppose there's a disability, then the orthosis is fitted such that it's a mechanical device that is fitted such that it maintains the anatomical and functional position of the part of the body that is disabled, and such a device is called as an orthosis. Now, like every other device or every other method that we have come across in rehabilitation engineering, orthosis also has some general principles. So the first principle is use of force. Now, orthosis utilizes force. Either this force can either be an assisting force or a resisting force. Now, assisting force in the sense that suppose a person has a very weak grasp, hand grasp, but they want to grasp, a cup of coffee and consume it or something like that, such day-to-day chores. So, an orthosis would actually strengthen their grasp to assist them in performing their activities of daily living. However, there are scenarios where the person walks with an impaired gait. We know like different types of impairment in gait, right? Parkinsonian gait and scissoring gait and so on. So suppose a person has got an impairment in gait, right? So the orthosis would be limiting the movement of your knee or your ankle to correct that impairment, right? To make sure that you walk in proper gait. So that is limiting force for you, and assisting force is like aiding in grasping an object, right? So sensation, often an orthosis covers the area of the skin, right? It's not completely, but to some extent the skin gets covered with the external parts of the orthosis, the stirrups and the mechanical support and so on. So the skin under the orthosis is often covered, and if it is covered, it is devoid of any external stimulus. Therefore, overall the sensory feedback gets slightly compromised when you're using an orthosis, right? Next is correction of mobility deformation. Now, orthoses are used to correct flexible deformities such as mobile scoliosis. So if the deformity is reversible, then orthosis corrects that particular deformity by using 3.4 system, and then tries to and assist the person in healing or regaining their normal day-to-day life activities, so or functional, I say. So fixed deformity is a deformity that is permanent. It has occurred and it cannot be reversible. So in such cases, an orthosis prevents the progression, right? It does not result in further damage from what has already been done. Next is adjustability, right? So if you have orthosis, for people with reversible or solving disorders such as fractures, or you have orthosis for children with disabilities, suppose cerebral palsy or polio and other deformity, right? You want the orthosis to assist in proper growth, right? Or you want the orthosis to adjust according to the changing disability, right? So that is because especially for children, when the rest of the body grows, the deformed part of the body would also grow to some extent, if not entirely. To some extent, the deformed part also grows, and then the orthosis should not be the reason for stunted growth, right? It should allow whatever growth is occurring in the disabled part. The orthosis should facilitate that growth, and in some cases ensure that further deformity is reduced, right? Now, maintenance and cleaning is very vital. You do not want a dirty orthosis as part of your body, nor would you want to be nor would you want to sit next to a person who's wearing a filthy orthosis. So cleaning and maintenance is also very vital. Also, orthotic devices have mechanical sections in them, so accumulation of dirt around the mechanical section can hamper the functioning of the orthosis. So cleaning is very essential. So while you are manufacturing an orthosis, it is vital to make sure that the orthosis is easy to clean. Now next one is application. You don't want the patient to be spending hours in donning and doffing the device, right? It should be it should be very easy to put on and remove, right? The next is limitation of movement. So sometimes orthosis, like I said, are used to limit a movement such as a knee brace to facilitate healing. Now gravity also plays a major role in as far as orthosis is concerned, especially with the upper limb. And you have of course orthosis should be very comfortable to wear. If it is not if it is uncomfortable to wear, if it is causing the user a pain, then they wouldn't want to use it. It should be used for a specific purpose. There should be a purpose. The orthosis, if worn, should serve a specific purpose. Most of them are not cosmetically appealing, but we try to make them as cosmetically appealing as possible. And last but not the least, it should facilitate joint mobility whenever applicable. If there is a joint mobility that is required, then the orthosis should support it. I think that's all I have to speak on general principles of orthosis. We'll discuss more about orthosis in the subsequent videos. I hope you take care till then.